Hi.
Hello.
I'm here with Christy, and her channel is in the description, so go and check out.
Thank you. We have lots of
So,
people waiting already. How cute. Hello, everyone.
hello. There's a few names I recognize. Hi, everyone.
What are you reading, Theresa?
I am reading The Bone Spindle, which is a new fantasy novel that's come out. I have an arc, and it's pitched as like a gender-bent Sleeping Beauty with a bit of Indiana Jones in it, and it's sapphic as well. So
The cover is also
I'm
stunning
enjoying it.
because, like I say, I seen
I love
your
it.
poll on Twitter and like the illustrations on that cover.
Mhm. I'm so mad though because that's the US cover. The UK one is a similar style but without the two girls on it. It's so weird. I do not understand it.
How are we meant to know that it's sapphic if there's no
To be fair, those
illustrations?
two girls aren't sapphic. Only one of them is.
Oh, right, okay.
But
That's so sad.
it's so sad.
I did that today, to be fair. I treated myself. I know I meant to be doing this like book by ban bingo, but I was like, you know what? I am stressed and I deserve to be happy, so I'm gonna order myself a book. So I ordered Tenders the Flesh,
Oh yeah.
like a dystopian, and well, I watched Maddie's cozy reading vlog where she started it, and I was like, I'm just gonna order it because I think I'm gonna love it. And so I ordered
Maddie's
it.
just a bad influence.
Honestly, every time I watch one of Maddie's videos, I buy a book. Like it's ridiculous. I treated myself, but I didn't like the UK cover, so I went on to Book Depository.
Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna have to go on Book Depository for the Bone Spindle and a few others. I have a list of books that with US covers I'm just gonna need to find one day.
No, 100%. Like I would rather spend an extra couple of pound and get the like edition I actually want.
Oh yeah, same. Like if it's gonna sit on your shelf all that time, you want
I
it to
would,
look nice.
especially like when the cover is that pretty. Like with the
Hmm.
Boat Swindle, or I think the Tenders the Flash US cover is stunning. So
Let me
like
go Google it because I don't know what it looks like.
it's like the pink and
Tender
red
the
one.
Flesh. Oh yeah, okay.
But like compared to the UK one, which is just I think it's just like white and red.
Hmm.
It's just so
Yeah.
but like I love the pink and red and like the Persian and it's I love
Hmm. It looks really cool. I can see why you'd buy that.
it.
Um, so you're revising. What are you revising, Christy?
I'm revising my exam will be tomorrow, my 2 exams, and, they're open books, so everyone's like, "Oh, it's fine," and I'm like, "Well, but it's not fine." So I'm, like, trying to create a, like, master document for each exam that I can,
Hmm.
like, refer to, so that's kind of my plan, to get going with that because 'cause I've started it, but I haven't done nearly as much as I wanted to have done. I've basically spent the
Okay.
last 2 weeks not reading or revising. Like, you know, when you get really stressed, so you just stop doing everything?
Yeah.
Like yeah, so I've spent a lot of time on my phone and playing Wordle and things like that, so I need to actually
Got
get going.
Wordle as well. I thought people had stopped doing Wordle because I muted it on Twitter and forgot about it. And then suddenly someone brought it up and I'm like, oh, that's still a thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, apparently
Um,
people are still doing Wordle. I've just never tried it because I know I'd be too dumb for it. I'm not good at word games like that.
I do quite like them, I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
My watch is, like, having a field day. It was hilarious because I got my Apple Watch not long ago, and I was up seeing my
Mhm.
grandparents the other day, and they were like, "Your watch is very fancy. Does it even tell you the time?" And I was like, "Yes."
That's such an older person response to a smartwatch.
Like, does it even tell you the time? Like, It also just reminds me to do everything I constantly forget to do. So
It's very handy.
exactly.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, what's
By
everyone
the
else
way.
reading? I want to know what everyone else is reading.
Yeah, what are you all reading?
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, there's so many people. I'm always so nervous before I do live shows that no one will show up. That's why I barely do them. Oh, that's my comment. I won't show that. I'm just like so nervous. No one's going to show up. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you all for making Theresa calm down a little. I shall try my best to help too.
That's why Christy's here. She's emotional support.
Yeah, exactly.
Count Your Lucky Stars. I hope you enjoy it. I really want to read that series soon.
Is that the one? No, I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking of Written in the Stars, I think.
I think it's the same series.
Is it? Let me Google it.
I'm Googling it. Book. Yeah, it is. It's in that series.
Oh, yeah. I think that's the new one, the Count Your Lucky Stars.
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah, no, I really want to read them as well.
I've bought the first
I
one.
heard about
It will
them
be the
on...
reading vlog.
Ooh. I heard about them on Maddie's channel. Are we surprised? No.
No, no one's surprised. She Became the Sun. I also want to read that one soon. I also have the ebook. It's gonna happen. I was meant to read it for my book club in like September and just never did because I just didn't have time for the book club. So it's gonna happen soon. I think I might vlog it just because.
Why not?
Why not? Welcome to Night Vale. I have not heard of that.
Neither have
Witch
I.
Haven. I want to read it.
Who's that by?
I kind of remember the author's name. There's just too
Oh,
many books.
I know, right? I like how it's like every time a book's mentioned, it's like, yeah, I don't know every single book that ever exists, unfortunately.
Sorry. The Christie Affair. Crooked Kingdom.
I don't talk about Crooked Kingdom.
What was that?
I don't talk about Crooked Kingdom.
I didn't rate it. It took me months to read.
Oh, honestly, I absolutely was loving it. That book, I refuse to take the bookmark out because I like every time I see it, I feel guilty about the fact I haven't finished it. Even
Oh
though
dear, that's worse than me taking months.
Yeah, like honestly, it was like you're speaking like over 2 years ago.
Oh my goodness, just take the bookmark out, Christy.
No,
Accept it.
I refuse to. I need to literally start again from the beginning of Six of Crows because I have no idea what happened. I will finish it. I will.
I didn't like the Six of Crows duology that much, but like I want to reread it in case I'd like it more this time because everyone seems to love it and I just thought it was so slow and kind of boring.
It is slow for like a fantasy series, I think, but that doesn't really bother me. I really enjoyed it when I was reading them, which is
Also with the
surprising
show.
for me.
I'm impressed that you actually enjoyed a fantasy.
Sometimes I try.
Sometimes you branch out.
Occasionally.
Actor A.G. Brown, I love it. That might be my fave in that series. It's so fun. I hope you enjoy it.
I think Danny was probably my favourite in the series.
I thought Danny would be my favourite, and it's actually my least favourite, so I was shocked. I think I'm just tired of fake dating.
See, I don't know. This entire trilogy wasn't really my favourite in terms of like I feel like all three of them we started from not liking each other. It was all kind of that thing that I don't like where it's like they don't really like each other, whether it's enemies to lovers or like, they don't like each other to fall in love, and I'm like, I just can't, I'm so bored of it.
I know, it seems to be everywhere nowadays, and it's just like, what happened to good old friends to lovers?
Yeah, like, where's the we just casually ran into each other and then started to like each other? Why do we have to hate each other at the beginning? Like,
Yeah. No, I
I
don't
feel like
get it.
Danny was the one that was least like that, which is probably
Mhm.
why it was my favourite,
Yeah,
because they
because they were
didn't
already
dislike
kind of
each other.
friends.
Yeah.
Ooh, Christy.
That book is so good. Oh, I'm excited to see what you think about the ending. I love that book so much.
Another She Who Became the Sun. It's a popular book. Akadar. Second time rereading it. I reread it last year, but I finished rereading the series in January, and I really, really enjoyed it. I had a great time with it. I'm going to read Nesta's book soon. I've got the ebook, and I'm very excited.
What one's that?
A Court of Silver Flames.
Oh, yeah.
It's a newish one.
Mhm.
Winter's Orbit. I want to read that, but I'm like intimidated because it's sci-fi, and I find sci-fi complicated. Complicated relationship.
Yeah, yeah. I find sci-fi a bit more my thing than fantasy in terms of I quite like dystopian, which is kind of
Oh yeah.
sci-fi-ish. So
I just, for some reason, I find sci-fi world building so much more difficult to understand than fantasy.
I get you.
Like,
I
I
don't
don't really,
like
don't know why, but
yeah. I don't like full-on sci-fi, just like a little
mhm,
bit of sci-fi.
just a little. Just a Priory of the Orange Tree. Good luck with that brick, but it's fun. It's good. I really enjoyed it. If you like audiobooks, I recommend the audiobook as well. Oh, well, thank you, Chris. Hello to anyone who's come from there. Ooh.
So many people reading Crescency right
The Bear
now.
and the
And the Bear
Nightingale,
and the
very, very
Nightingale.
intimidating to me. So
Yeah,
many people.
they don't really
I mean,
interest me.
I read it as well. I'm The one benefit of me unexpectedly having to go home for a week is that Crescent City 2 comes out on Tuesday and I get home on Thursday. So I've pre-ordered it so I can read it the week that I'm home. Because I'm too stingy to buy the ebook when I know I'll also buy the hardcover as well.
Mhm.
So that's my plans for when I'm home. Not seeing family, just reading Crescent City 2.
Obviously,
Well,
obviously.
hello, Addie LaRue. What are you thinking of Addie LaRue? Because I see so many like mixed opinions, and I don't really know if I want to read it.
People seem to love it or hate it.
Mhm.
Like, there's no just meh reviews. People seem to be one way or the other.
Yeah. What am I reading? I'm reading The Bone Spindle by Leslie Vedder, I believe her name is. This is a dual perspective fantasy novel. It's gender bent, Sleeping Beauty. It's sapphic. There's Indiana Jones vibes, treasure hunting. It's a really good time so far. I'm about a quarter of the way through. I read some on my balcony today. Loving having a balcony. I won't stop talking about it. And it's just a really good book so far. I'm really enjoying it. After eating dogs for a walk. Six of Crows. Demon Slayer book 1. Bunny. Have you
I'm
read
interested.
Bunny?
No,
Yes,
but
you
I'm
like
really
Bunny.
interested in it.
Oh, I thought you had. I got mixed up with something else.
No, I am really interested in it, though. I feel like I'll love it.
Yeah, it's one that just does not appeal to me at all, but I can see you liking it.
Yeah.
Let me hear a rhyme. I feel like there's a conversation happening in the comments that I don't understand. The Poppy War, another one I swear I'm going to read soon. I have the ebook.
I'm not.
No. It's another one I find so intimidating, but since so many people seem to love it so much, like I just get FOMO and I want to love it too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that's why I'm
get
gonna try it.
Yeah.
Yep. Prince and
I
the
have.
Dressmaker. I have not.
I think I recommended it to you on Twitter earlier in the year.
I have absolutely no memory of that, but
I think it was for that
okay.
12 and 12 thing you tweeted out, and I
Oh,
replied
the
with
12
that.
and 12. I have to admit, I tweeted that and then never thought of it again.
Yeah, I have like thought about it and like included it in my yearly goals and stuff, but like whether or not I don't care if I don't actually complete it.
hmm
Like at the beginning of the year, I was like, yeah, and now I'm like, I don't really care.
No.
But yes, I
I
have
feel
read
like
it. It was fun. It
mhm.
was good.
Who's one?
The Prince and the Dressmaker. It was good.
Oh
I
yeah.
enjoyed it.
I want to read it. I feel like graphic novels, I enjoy them, but I never love them, so I don't pick them up very often, especially because they're quite expensive and then they don't last long.
Mhm.
But I do want to read more. Yeah,
Mm.
3 stars, Addie LaRue. These Violent Delights. I finally bought These Violent Delights. I'm gonna read it when I get back. I'm also putting it in a vlog. I have many vlogs planned.
I can see that.
I made a TBR list of all the books that I want to read while I'm here. I've got like the color-coded highlights on which ones are going in a vlog. So I can pick out what books I'm reading easier.
How long is it you're there for again? Like 4 months?
Yeah, 4 months until beginning of June.
That'll be good.
Love The Prince and the Dressmaker. I will give it a try. I'll be very scared, but I'll give it a try. How about we start them at 20 past because Christy needs to study.
Mhm.
Okay. Romeo and Juliet for school. I love that. That's like the one popular Shakespeare I've not read.
I'm not really a Shakespeare kind of gal. I studied Macbeth and that was it.
I studied Macbeth too. I have to admit, I loved it.
What
I love
Scottish
Macbeth.
school didn't teach Macbeth, to be honest? I think my
Throwback to Nat
favorite.
5,
I
the
know,
good old
right?
days.
Oh god, the good old days. Yeah, definitely. No, that was why I did it for Nat 5 as well.
Mhm.
I think my favorite thing I ever had to study for English was Animal Farm. I actually enjoyed Animal Farm. It was good. Not like the studying of it, but I enjoyed the actual story.
Yeah,
But I always hated English at school, I'm not gonna lie.
I
I was
loved
good at
English.
it, but I hated it. Like, I was like, I
I
just
did
want to
advanced higher.
did you? I didn't do any higher, so
Oh yeah.
higher
No, I
English
did
was the
advanced
reason I left
higher. Do
school.
not recommend it.
No, no, no. No, no, no. I couldn't even do normal higher. I hated my teacher and then left school.
Um,
And now here I am at university having done no hires, and everyone's always like, "What? How did you do that?" And I'm like, "In a very complicated way."
yeah, no, weird long roundabout way, but worth it.
Get there in the end, get there in the end.
Lots of love from Spain.
And Scotland.
It feels weird not saying Scotland.
We're missing you over here. It's been
I
very lonely without a Theresa walking around.
I heard it's been snowing.
It has. It has. Very. Was saying this to my mum. I was like, it feels like all the seasons have moved like 2 months. It's like
hmm
winter actually starts in like February.
Yeah.
Like, because it seemed to do that last year as well. I think it was February before it started snowing, and I'm just
hmm
like, if you're gonna snow, can you at least do it in December? Like,
Yeah, come on. We don't want snow any month other than December.
honestly.
So inconsiderate.
How dare Mother Nature treat us like this?
Oh,
But no, I think it's okay. It's okay just now.
okay.
It seems
I'm
like
hoping
it'll
it stays
snow.
okay for me coming home.
Yeah, like, it seems to, like, snow, and then it melts through the day, and it's done that, like, twice. So it's
Mhm.
not, like it's not lying all
I feel like we've not had snow that lies for ages.
years, like, proper years. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not complaining, I hate snow, but
I don't like it anymore. Now that I drive, I don't like it, and now that
yeah,
I don't have, like, the excitement of school being cancelled.
yeah, exactly. That is the exact reason I no longer like it as well.
Snowing in Pennsylvania too. It's not snowing here. I can sit on my balcony in the sunshine.
Will you rub it in, Theresa?
Anyway, it's 20 past, so let's do some sprints. See if I remember how to share my screen. Chrome, timer, share. Aha. Okay, so I've got a 45-minute timer, so I'm gonna go put that on, and I'll see you all in 45 minutes.
Bye.
Bye. Hi.
Hello. How did you do?
I read 11%.
Check you
Getting
out.
into the story now. How did you do?
I managed to have my supper and stuff, so I haven't really done proper revision. But you know, the kitchen's clean, food has been consumed.
Always
I have
so.
my candle on now, so we're ready. We're ready. We're prepared for the
Ready
rest
to
of the
go.
evening now.
How have you all done? Let me know. Reading Starflight. Finished Verity 4 stars. Your approval, Christy?
You know what? The thing is, it's so difficult because I have this conversation all the time where it's like when people love books you love, obviously it's like the best thing ever. But then it's always like I don't want to be like, oh my god, yeah, 4 stars, like absolutely amazing. Like I'm so glad you loved it. Because then it's like, well, but you're allowed to not like it. Then I get myself all like wound up. But like, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I also
Yeah.
think it's really good. If you didn't like it, that's fine too.
With the Fire on High, I really want to read more Elizabeth Acevedo. I've only read Clap When You Land, but I want to read her other books.
I have read Clap When You Land.
Hi, Anya.
Hello. Yeah, I've read Clap When You Land, and The Poet X is by her as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So The Poet X was like, I think if I'm remembering correctly, a 4. Clap When You Land I didn't love, but I do have With the Fire on High. I do want to read that as well, but I might kind of see how I got on there and then make a decision on any future books I want to read.
Yeah, I get that. I am enjoying the Bone Spindle. So yeah, as I said, I read 11, a third of the way through, enjoying it. It's like quite consistent action, like it's good pacing. I'm really enjoying it. It's really got my attention. And I really like the characters so far. We have 2 female narrators. One, oh my god, I've forgotten their names. One is Fee, and she is like, oh, what's the word? I've forgotten the word. Uh, it's gonna bother me. She's like a traveler on her own. She can't spend any more than a certain amount, like a couple of days in one place. She's all alone. So she's quite an interesting perspective to read from because she's cursed. That is, that she's this kind of lonesome traveler, and she meets our other main character, Shane, who is this like really like full of personality girl, this mercenary essentially, and the two of them go together to treasure hunt and things. And Shane is just like this lesbian with a massive axe, taken in by a pretty girl. Like that's a scene I've just reading now. She's absolutely taken in by this pretty girl, and I'm like, same.
A mood.
So yes, I am enjoying it. Verity was good. Maybe I should read Colleen Hoover.
I've had a very like hit and miss relationship with her because 2 of her books were in my favorites of last year,
Mhm,
but then I've also read Confess and didn't like it.
mhm,
So like I need to read. I'm really wanting to read Reminders of Him, which is our newest one, and I really
yeah.
want to read Ugly Love. And then obviously the new book, It Starts With Us, was announced, and I am so excited. Like so excited. Um, but yeah, like I don't know. I'm not 100% honestly because I didn't love Confess, but that was kind of one
Mhm,
of her older ones, so
yeah,
I don't.
I get
She's
that.
got like a ridiculous amount of books out. To be fair, it's like 20 something. So like
I'm
plenty
so
to
in
do.
awe of authors that have that many books. Like, how do you find the time?
How do they do it?
How can you think of that many different stories, that
Yeah. Like how do you think of the stories? Like how do
many
you have
different
the
characters?
time? Oh, I have no idea how they do it.
Started She Who Became the Sun, about 70 pages. That's a lot of pages. I'm impressed. Ariadne reading Razorblade Tears.
That's a cool title.
Clap when you land. A lot of Elizabeth Acevedo love here. I think Poetex is her best. 31 pages of ACOTAR. And got distracted when the fiance gave you a heart attack. Her Every Fear. How to Marry Keanu Reeves in 90 Days. I've never heard of that in my life. I'm so intrigued. Atlas of the Heart for the last 4 minutes. Nomad. Yeah, nomad's the word, thank you. And they're both treasure hunters. 50 pages back. And Verity was your first Colleen Hoover and won't be your last.
It's so difficult, isn't it? Because like sometimes it's like when you've read an author yourself, obviously, like if you've read all of Colleen Hoover, like that's amazing. But like, it's like, do you tell if someone wants to read an author, do you say, okay, well, start here because that was my favorite, or do you say, well, don't start here because it was my favorite, and if you start there, are you then gonna love everything else as much?
Yeah, I get that.
But I definitely 100% recommend It Ends With Us. That is also amazing. Totally different from Bad A, but still amazing.
I do see It Ends With Us everywhere. I'm intrigued just by the TikTok hype and the booktube hype.
Yeah, that's definitely like a TikTok one because I think TikTok's the whole reason we're getting like another book with the characters. So
yeah, I think so.
So TikTok books are good for something. Sometimes you're right.
A book in the month, book last month or the month before.
I feel like I want to look it up. Like,
I wish we got book of the month here in the UK, but also I would never subscribe because book subscription boxes just don't appeal to me. But like, just seeing all the Americans get all these lovely hardcovers of like Honey Girl and Casey McKiston's books, I'm like, I want them. But I would never get the subscription, so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think the good thing about, like, from what I've heard about Book of the Month is you can skip it if there's nothing you're interested in that month. So I probably would do it and then just skip the ones I wasn't interested in. But I feel like I would just get a bit carried away and then get like multiple in a month and then just have all of these books that I never actually get to.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think that's a problem with it. I see so many people, especially the people who work with Book of the Month and are books, and like, are you going to read all of them?
Probably not.
Like, I don't know. If I was, I'd have to skip most months and just very occasionally get something because most of their picks just don't appeal to me.
Yeah, I think it's like there's not really much YA there, is there? But I feel like that would be a good.
It is mostly adult.
Yeah, I would be interested. I wish they did because, like, especially because they're kind of branching over to working with a lot of UK people, even though they only offer it in the US, and it's like,
Yeah, so
damn to me.
oh, hi, and good luck. If you haven't yet, put little tabs in for each of the separate parts of the book, and then treat it as however many, like 5 little books. That's what I did, and it makes you feel so accomplished when you finish a book. So I recommend doing that, and I recommend the audiobook if you're struggling to get through it as well. That's my top tips for reading Priory.
How long is it? Is it not like over 800 pages?
Yeah, I think so.
No thanks.
They have the hardback. It's so big. And I think it feels bigger because it's a full story, it's a standalone, whereas like Crescent City is 800 pages, but it doesn't feel as long because it's not got to wrap everything up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Skipped the last 2 Book of the Month books boxes. Do you prefer YA or adult?
I think if you were to actually look at my ratings, like, if you look at my favorites, they're all definitely adult.
Mhm.
However, I feel like there's something in me that refuses to let go of YA, and I don't
Yeah,
know why.
I get that. I think it's also because that's what so many people on like BookTube and everything read is YA, so like you're constantly getting recommendations of it.
I'd also love more, like, different kinds of, like, LGBT adult books. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I'll I could just be in the total wrong area of BookTube and, like, recommendation lists and people I follow on Twitter and stuff, but I feel like I don't see as much different kinds, like, it's all just romances, a lot of it,
Mhm.
and it's like I'd like to see, like, other kinds of adult LGBT
Yeah.
stories, and then I would probably go into it more, but I feel like all the LGBT stuff I see is YA, so that's a big thing as well for me.
Yeah, I get that as well. I think that's similar for me. Like, I'd probably still say I prefer YA, but in terms of romance, I'm leaning more towards adult, just
Mhm.
'cause it's more like mature. Like I think we spoke about it before, but YA contemporary set in high school are just so boring to me nowadays. They're so like repetitive and over dramatic and everything, because and also just so American. Like so different to what our experiences of high school would have been as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It is funny
Like
though,
we
'cause, like, I'm obsessed with YA. Like,
mhm,
all I buy is basically YA, but,
yeah,
like, literally my favorite book, Docile, Verity, like, It Ends With Us, like, all of
mhm,
these ones that I really, really love, none of them are YA.
yeah,
None of them. Yeah, I refuse to just admit I prefer adult,
mhm,
so
yeah. It's scary going from one to another. You feel all
It
grown up
is,
finally.
it is. It's actually kind of scary. I feel, like, old even though I'm not in the slightest, like
Oh dear. And renewal
So,
fee,
would
that's
do you
annoying.
have to pay, like, if you don't choose a book and you forget to skip, you have to pay a fee, I presume? I don't know. Guess it doesn't
Mm.
really matter, I can't get it, but
804, yeah, so it is a chunky book. Though to be fair, a lot of fantasies are that long, so I suppose it's not that bad.
I think it looks a lot bigger than it probably is.
Yeah. I think that's what intimidated me was I had this huge, massive hardback and I'm like, what do I do with this? Listening to the audiobook, good plan.
I don't get the joke.
I don't get the joke, to be honest.
Okay. It's
Is it
like,
like a reference to one of the books you got, or
I have no idea.
I prefer YA. Occasionally, Book of the Month has YA. I got Honey Girl last year. Still haven't got around to it though. Yeah, Honey Girl, I recommend. It's so lovely.
Honey Girl was really good.
I'm a teenager. Mhm. Teenager, so I read YA. Hi, just joining. Not sure if I'm going to read or just stick on Encanto this evening. I really want to watch Encanto. I was going to watch it the other night, but ran out of time. I'm so behind
Lizzie,
on
you should
Disney movies,
read.
though. I've not watched them in ages.
Lizzie, you know what you should do? You should get thinking on readathon prompts. That's what you should do.
I don't know if I'll ever go out of YA, especially since I thought I would have grown out by middle grade, but
Mm.
by now, but haven't. That's fair. I want to get back into middle grade because they've got so many good-looking stories coming out, but I just never pick them up.
Mhm. I love middle grade, like, in terms of it's usually, if you're in the right mood, really quick to read, but,
Mhm.
like, I just it's like graphic novels, like how we were saying a lot of the time you read them and they're good, but I don't love them. Like, there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with them, but I'm just clearly not the target audience, so I'm never gonna love them. So,
yeah, I get that. I think that's kind of how I felt when I've read them recently as well.
mhm,
So I feel like they're good and fun, but they're not really favorite potential or 5-star potential.
mhm. Oh, okay.
Oh, put me in coach. It's a bookmark, so you're putting it in your book. Oh, okay.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, I relate. Priory just looks so intimidating, but once you pick it up, it's not that bad. Page and Co series is my all-time fave and it's middle grade. I've not heard of it.
I've heard mixed things about it.
Okay.
Mixed.
Watch H2O instead.
Did you watch that growing up as well?
I didn't. I've never watched it.
Oh my god, see, the thing is, like, you can't even watch it now because it's like it wouldn't be the same. But honestly, like, I watch it every year, I love it.
I keep the show coming on my page. I made a few videos about queer middle grade and sapphic middle grade in case you want to start there. I will do. If I do start reading middle grade, your videos are where I'm going to go because I know you do lots of middle grade recommendations. Kanto's awesome. Pages and Co is so good, really enjoyed it. Right. I was thinking another sprint. How do we feel?
Yeah. I'm gonna go and make myself a cup of tea and then get going.
Share screen. Okay, are we ready?
I sure am.
Let's go. Hello.
Hello.
So how have you all done? How have you done, Christy?
I've been doing good. I got myself my cup of tea and I'm working through some multiple choice questions to try and get myself actually thinking of, because like they're really hard to make notes on because you've got no idea what you're going to get asked, and it's like not something you can expand on. It's just like a right or wrong answer. So they're ones that you kind of need to know the knowledge. So I'm going to do some of them and then work on my notes after.
Good.
How are you going?
I read 11% again, so I'm now 46% of the way through.
Staying
Still enjoying
consistent.
it.
Good.
How have you all done? Let me see. And thank you, Anya. I saw this comment when we went on sprints. Hey,
There is
Spoops.
Spoops. Can I just say, Spoops, if you're still here, I know I tweeted at you, but your hair, like I don't even have words. Like this
No.
gal can pull off anything.
With the curls today, it was just so gorgeous.
I am in love with Spoops. Like this girl, she can just pull off anything.
This is a Spoops stan account.
Yes, basically. Basically.
Hi. Low Small Favors. I have not heard of that.
Neither have I.
I've not heard a lot of these books, to be honest. I usually feel like I know most books. I have not read What If It's Us. I've not read Adam Silvera or Becky Albertalli, so I feel like a bit of a fake gay. Because I feel like everyone's always read them.
What if I think I did read that one. I have a very love-hate relationship in terms of the majority of Adam Silvera I've really liked. I read Simon versus Homo sapiens and like that, and then haven't liked anything else I've read from Becky Albertalli. So I'm
Yeah.
just a bit like if she, I just
Yeah.
I get like white female author writing gay male character, like I just don't get it necessarily. So yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't grab. I just think there's other books I would rather pick up than Beck Albertalli, to be honest.
Yeah. I've heard very mixed reviews, which is most of the reason why I've not picked them up. I feel like there's other books I'd more rather read than hers. Maybe I will read them one day, but for now I don't really plan on it.
Yeah, I'd rather just like if I have the option, I'd rather just stick to like own voices authors as well.
Yeah. But I suppose some of Becky's books are on voices because she's bi.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I guess I'm thinking more like Simon versus Homo sapiens, aren't I?
yeah, I get that. And some video editing. I did some today as well, so look out
I
for a
was meant to
sapphic
do final.
sci-fi and fantasy video coming soon.
Ooh. I was meant to have a video up tonight and then just hasn't really gone my way. I was also meant to film this weekend, also hasn't really happened. So this week's coming, I'm unsure what my content's gonna look like until my exam's over with, to be honest. But
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
it's
fair
okay
though.
here so far. Like I can give myself a week to slack a little.
Yeah, exactly. Your exam's more important.
Exactly.
Hi, Kim. Been playing Animal Crossing, but you want to finish your book. I believe you can finish your book. I believe you can do it. Go for
What
it.
are you reading? I feel like I
Yeah,
know.
what are you reading? I've probably seen it on Twitter and completely
Yeah,
forgotten, knowing me.
I feel like I know, but tell me again.
Hello, 60 pages. Pretty decent, pretty decent. Last about 15 minutes and read 13 pages. 97 pages into Priory and already enjoying it more than expected. I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
Check
It's
you. 97
so good.
pages in.
I know, that's like an eighth of the way through.
Isn't that just depressing?
I meant that to be encouraging, but yeah. Just been planning out booktube content. Keep adding books to my May TBR, so I might as well just pre-film it really early. Your May TBR? I am very impressed by that planning. That's more planning than even I do.
Yeah. May? May? How do you know what you're gonna want to read by May? People that like actually like know what they're gonna read and stick to it. I just would be really intrigued to know how your brain works. Like, because if I'm not in the mood to read something, like I'll just do anything except to read to avoid reading it.
Yeah. I'm too much a mood reader to plan a TBR for the month that I'm in, never mind months ahead, so that's just very impressive. Small Favors is a YA fantasy retelling of Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, and it's the author of Salt and Sorrows. I have heard of that one. Hmm. The Midnight Lie. Oh, I hope you enjoy it. It's one
I
of my
love the cover of
favorites.
that. The cover of it is stunning.
Mm-hmm. The UK ones, though, they changed the American ones, and I am not a fan. Oh, I hope you like it. I love it.
I like how you've just bought it and it's coming in the mail today.
Yeah, that's impressive. What a world we live in.
I was literally just a way to say, isn't that so telling of our generation that we're like, I want it right now?
I've only read What If It's Us and Here's to Us by Adam, but DNF'd his fantasy books. Yeah, I've heard really mixed things about Infinity Suns, so I
Yeah,
don't
I
really want to
haven't
pick it
heard.
up.
Yeah, I haven't heard great things about them. But I will say it's been a few years since I read any Adam Silvera. However, like they both died at the end, more happy than not. And what's the other one? What's the other one?
I don't know.
History's all.
Yeah,
History's all. History's all they
You
left
Left
me.
Me.
Yeah, that one. I really like all them. Like 4 or 5 stars for all of them. So
Those would be the ones I want to read. I'm planning on reading They Both Die at the End in a vlog.
yeah,
I have got vlogs planned a few months ahead, but
I'm gonna be reading that one again this year at some point. I think me and Maddie mentioned it trying to do like a 24-hour like little read along with the two of us for that one
oh
because
yeah.
it's like set in a day as well.
Mm-hmm.
We thought that would be fun because we're both wanting to reread it this year for the first one to die at the end come out before it comes out, which is October if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head.
I completely forgot that there's another one coming out. Oh my
I
god.
I'm excited. That's another one that we can thank TikTok for.
Exactly.
Well, I'm really happy for him, Phil, because like he was an author, like
Oh,
Colleen Hoover, I wasn't really that invested in beforehand, but with Adam Silvera, like I really enjoyed a few of his books before, so it's nice to like see an author getting like a lot of success, like out of
yeah.
nowhere as well. It
It's nice
wasn't
to
even a
see.
new release at the time.
Mhm. Read Simon and Leah, and you understand why it's so well loved, but you don't love it yourself. I get that. I feel like it was so well loved at the time because it was one of the very, very first YA queer books. But now we've had so many, and so many that other people have found better, and the genre has like really grown and everything. So I get that.
It's like
Though,
Fangirl. Like
yeah,
everyone loved Fangirl, but like if I was to read it now, would I love it as much as I did at the time? Because at the time it was like 5 out of 5 favorite book ever. But it's like that's
hmm
just kind of everything in life does that really, doesn't it? So
yeah. I think it's just the genre's changing and growing, and so is the readers.
mhm.
Though I do love the Simon versus film, the Love Simon. It's one of my favorite films. It was so good.
I only watched it once when it came out. I've never seen it again actually. But I think I did enjoy it, but I haven't watched it again. I probably should.
I think it was maybe the first really queer film I'd seen, so I had like an emotional reaction. So that's what I think of when I think of it. If I order books from Amazon today, they arrive on Thursday for my birthday. You have to get yourself presents. You've just got to
Yeah. Treat
treat
yourself.
yourself. What are you gonna get? Let me know. Good luck with your exams. Oh, six cranes and cranes.
So many people reading this just now. I've heard really good things.
Yeah, I have heard good things. And like that cover, stunning.
I think the UK one, though, I'm not sure what the US cover for that one is actually.
It's stunning as well, but I do prefer the UK one.
Yeah, I know the UK one is like. Sorry, I'm getting inveigled looking at them now. They're really pretty.
They are. And is it a fairy loot edition as well? Or is it fairy
I've
loot
seen
edition?
that. Yeah, I can't remember if it's Fairy Loot or whatever, but I did see it on Twitter not long ago.
Read 20% of How Change Happens, a non-fiction book about activism and humanitarianism. Reading it for work. Oh dear. Reading for work or for school is just never fun. It just sucks the joy out of reading.
I would love to see, like, if my workplace did a book, what people would choose. Like, what would people actually want to read?
Yeah, like a little work
No, I
book
mean, it's
club.
never going to happen, but I'd be interested to see.
When I was working in France, one of the teachers came up to me and he's like, oh, what was the book? I can't remember what it was, but it was a classic. He's like, you should read this so we can discuss it with the students. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get me to read that. He's like, you do book reviewing so you can show them how to write a review. And I'm like, I will show them how to write a review, but not with that book. There's no way I'm reading it. I just do not enjoy classics. I've read too many. I know that now.
I want to love classics. I buy enough of them, I really should read some. I'm going to start with, well, I was also saying Animal Farm is classed as a classic, but it's not like the same kind of classic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'll start there, and then Great Expectations because I've started that one and knew I was enjoying it, and then I'll take it.
Yeah. Anya says she's filmed her March and April TBRs already. You're so prepared.
That is
I wish I could make content that far in advance.
I could never.
No. Haven't read anything yet, but survived a dinner with Grandma, so now I can read with y'all. I'm so glad to have you here. I hope dinner wasn't too bad. Almost 3 chapters in Priory and confused as fuck. You know what? That's valid. I think it does take a minute to get settled in the world. You've got so many characters and different locations and everything to meet. So it's okay to be confused. Just stick with it, I'd say. My TBRs are full of whatever new releases will be out each month, and I usually follow it pretty well, though sometimes I'm reading books that weren't necessarily on my TBR. Okay, that makes sense. I know that you always seem to read all the new releases, so I suppose it makes sense to just put them all on TBRs. Malice? Oh, love Malice. I'm taking that's the one by Heather Walter, this Sleeping Beauty one. There's a few
also be
Malices.
the John Gwynne one's the one I've been hearing a lot about recently.
I see people on Twitter saying, "Oh, I love Malice. Read Malice." I'm like, which one? Which one are you talking about?
I need an author, please.
I read books each month. They're on my TBR and ones that aren't. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That still leaves room to mood read.
Yeah.
Hope you like it. Fangirl didn't age well. I read it in 2020. Don't really want to support the author anymore anyway. Yeah, Rainbow Rowell's not the greatest. With
I
the stuff in
am
Eleanor and
unaware
Park.
of. Oh, I knew there was something with that book, but I never really. I like heard there was stuff, but I don't actually know what it is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. There's racism in Eleanor and Park. Park, the love interest, is Korean American, and there's some stuff with him, pretty dodgy representation.
Oh, that's not good.
Six Crimson Cranes in November, really enjoyed it. Both the covers are beautiful. Very true. 24 pages of Sweet Hand, which is enemies to lovers contemporary romance set in Trinidad. I have seen that one going about a lot, actually. It looks good.
Let me look up the cover of that one as well, because I feel like I recognise the. Yeah. Oh, is it enemies to lovers?
Yeah.
I was kind of interested in that one as well.
No.
Never
No
mind.
enemies to lovers for you. I'm planning on buying None Shall Sleep, Layla, You Truly Assumed, The Unbroken, Grimrose Girls, Crescent City, House of Sky and Breath, Nature of Witches, A Dark and All Star. That's a good list. There's a few there that I loved and that I also want to read. Loved The Grimrose Girls, Crescent City, Dark and Hollow Star. Really want to read The Unbroken soon. Good list.
I think there's. Ooh. Too Pretty to Burn, I own.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And Reminder to Him, I'm also excited to read. So I'm excited for them too.
Grimrose Girls and Nature of Witches.
I own Nature of Witches as well. I need to get to it.
Sounds a little crazy when you write all of them out, but I know for a fact I'm going to get at least half the money for them for my birthday, so it's almost free. I love that logic. That's good logic. You know, you deserve to treat yourself a bit around your birthday. You deserve it.
Exactly.
So excited. Happy birthday. Yeah, my libraries are pretty good at getting new releases pretty fast, so I take advantage. I'm very jealous. Mine is stuck in like 2014.
I don't even know if mine has a YA section. Yeah,
Oh, it's
my local
bad.
library is more like history books.
Mm.
The only fiction is like crime and thriller.
Oh, yeah. There's so many crime books. Like, why aren't there romance sections and everything? It's like all adults read are crime.
I think it's if you're not an avid reader, I think that's the most, I say easily accessible, but it's kind of the one that's kind of everywhere. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
walk into like a Tesco or an Asda, there's going to be a million crime novels.
Aye.
So there's like way more for you to instantly pick up, because like I've got friends who I know for a fact would love a lot of the books on my shelves, but they just read crime because they don't know what they want to read, so they just read crime, and it's like,
Yeah, I get
just
that.
let you do what you want. It's fine. If you wanted help, you would ask. Like, I'll just let you do you.
Yeah. It was Miles by Heather Walter. Okay. The Sapphic one. What should my next arc be? Misrule or She Gets the Girl? They both are released around the same time, and you're really excited for both. I don't know. I would say She Gets the Girl, just
Yeah,
because
that's the one.
it's the one I'm most excited for.
I agree.
I have Misrule, and the authors are sending me a copy of She Gets the Girl, so I will have both at some point. So I'll also need to make that decision. That I really want to read She Gets the Girl, so I'll say that.
I've literally like never. The only arcs I've ever had are like NetGalley arcs, but I've had this conversation with you before, Teresa. I'm just so bad. Like I never want to ask for, so I just don't.
Mhm.
Probably
Yeah.
should.
To be fair, a lot of mine I haven't asked for. It's just authors have seen me talking about their books or know that I talk about sapphic books and been like, "Hey, you want a coffee?" So like I get a mix of publishers and authors offering me them and me requesting. I've not requested any in ages.
Check you out.
I feel so famous every time it happens. I still can't believe it. Okay, you take care too. Have a nice night. Buy all the books. Let's do another sprint. Let me share my screen. Timer. Start. Okay, see you soon. Hello. How did you all do? How much did you read? How did you study, Christy?
I got halfway through another set of questions and marked the ones that I did before. So I got all of them right. I did have to do a little bit of like looking up of stuff, but I'm allowed to do that during the exam, so
Mhm.
I'm not like holding that against myself or anything. So happy with that.
That's
Just gonna
good.
see where these go now.
It's good. Well done for getting them all right.
Check me out.
Yeah, check you out. Gonna ace the exam.
Oh. How did you do?
I read another 11%. That seems to
You're
be
staying consistent. I love that.
yeah. So I'm now over halfway through, still really enjoying it. So I'm excited to continue. Probably
You've
not
officially
more
read
until
a third of
tomorrow,
it
though. I
during
think.
these sprints.
What was that?
You've officially read a third of it during these sprints.
I know. I'm impressed with myself. Half of it today.
Checky.
So yeah, I think that's going to be the last sprint of tonight because it's 10 here, so I'm going to go to bed. But this has been fun. So let's see what everyone else has read. Thank you for being here, Anya. Good luck with filming your videos. I hope they go well. 19 pages, very good. 53 pages, 46 to go, so you can definitely finish it tonight. There won't be another sprint, but I'm sure you can finish it yourself.
Yeah, just set yourself a timer. Or I'm sure
I
there's
see it
probably
now.
sprints going on somewhere else. There has been a million sprints happening recently, so
Yeah.
there's someone else will still be going, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. Well, if there are no more comments, then I guess that's the end of the show. Thank you all for coming and for being here and chatting with us. It's been really fun. And I'm just glad people showed up.
It's always a
Thank
good
you.
thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Christy, for coming here with me as well.
Thank you for having me, as always.
And everyone else, Christy's channel is in the description, so definitely go check her out. She's amazing. You need to. And yeah, thank you all, and good night.
Bye.